Hello, welcome. How's everyone doing today? Welcome to TTRPG, a channel dedicated to representation of marginalized folks in the TTRPG community. Today we are presenting Nahwal, an actual play podcast. Um, let's go around the table here and introduce everybody. First one, I'm just gonna go with Alma.
Me, that's me.
That's you.
So my character, not myself, as the player for
Yourself. Yeah, let's just go with yourself and your character.
now. Okay. My name is Aida. My pronouns are she and her. Um, I'm a Latina born and raised in New York City, and now living in Europe. So I'm coming from very far away to play with some very cool people. And today I will be playing Alma. Alma. Her pronouns are she and her, and she is a very charming individual. She ensures that everything that comes out of her mouth comes out with a very kind of silver tongue. Her presentation is very alluring and inviting. But in her mind, everything is transactional, emotionless, and always going to kind of claim some power. But there has to be some redeeming things to her. Otherwise, why would these people hang around her? And I'm hoping to find that out during the course of this game.
That's fantastic. Go ahead and popcorn it. Choose someone else.
Hum, hum. Jimena.
Hey, I'm Mo with they, she pronouns. I play him in a they, uh, they pronouns. I was like, wait, what pronouns? Where are they for her? Playing the perro. She is a loyal, sort of a street smart sort of person who everybody pretty much likes her. She just looks like a little tough cookie. That's all. Yeah. Pupusito.
Hey everybody, I'm Anthony, he, him pronouns. Soy guatemalteco y cubano. Unfortunately born in Florida and unfortunately still here. I'm playing Pupusito, he, him pronouns, who is the Aguila playbook, sort of like the regal eagle, which is a nickname that I will continue to use as time goes on. Playing a sort of defender of our cantina. And so it's a very piercing eyes, and so a little scary at first, but heart of gold, I swear, and I hope to get that out as well. So that's me. Oh, and popcorn. Gabby.
Do the thing.
Do the thing.
Do the thing. Do the thing.
Do the thing.
I'm waiting for the okay from Amanda. Should I do the thing? No worries. No worries. No worries. No worries. I know how to do the most professional term, which is vamp. Like my life depends on it. Hello there, everyone. It's a pleasure to have those folks who are tuning in to this A Latine cast of Nahual. I am Angela Lemos Mogrovejo. I use she/her pronouns, and I will be playing Gabriela, or how she actually prefers most people to call her, Gabby, who uses she/her and Ray/Rem pronouns. She is the jaguar, and in contrast to Pupusito, she I don't know if she actually has a heart of gold. It's if it is there, it's buried beneath three dimensions of void, and absolutely corrupting evil. Or well, not evil, mostly just violence. It's a lot of violence with her. I think she's still trying to sort out a lot of things in her head, and when your sibling is well silver tongued, it leads to interesting relationship dynamics. So that is me. I will uh, popcorn it over to Amanda once she has stuff sorted out. So if do you still need a moment?
I will actually probably just cut to the intermission after we do introductions. That way, because this is my first time doing tech, and I forgot to put on the Google Meets on our overlay. So, my name is Amanda. I use she/her pronouns, and today I will be playing Meshe, who uses she/they pronouns, and they are the Tulacuache, otherwise known as the possum, and they are a very sort of take the easy way out, easygoing, laid back, almost lazy, sort of doesn't live up to potential, loves to drink, doesn't like to do much else kind of person. So we'll see if what her hero journey will be like.
Fantastic. I'm so glad. And Pupusito, thank you for bringing up earlier that where we all gather together is a cantina. What is our cantina name?
Did we ever name it?
Yeah, we did actually.
did.
Yes, we did.
La pluma sagrada.
La
La
pluma
pluma sagrada.
sagrada,
Yes.
which means the sacred feather,
The sacred
the
feather,
holy
yes.
feather.
Which is interesting. It sounds so amazing. That's so fantastic. Which is a problem though for us. We're very for us because who are we, everybody? What do we do for a living?
We are we fight God.
We bust
Now,
down.
Basically.
our MO
Technically-
is kind of we fight elements of God. We've
Elements of
chosen
God.
purest of anime and oldest and purest of RPG and anime professions, which is we fight God.
In a way, yes. You are angeleros. You are all angel hunters. For a living, you hunt angels, and at the cantina, you render down their blood to make some of the best alcohol in the city. Now, granted, you are in also the outer reaches of the city, but it is one of the best cantinas that people come to get messed up. At the moment, though, here's what ended up happening. Last night, you had one of the best parties, the best pachangas last night, and you're out of stock. Yes.
I
So
will
before
say,
we
I
get
think,
started,
Amanda, before we jump into that,
we're
just so
gonna
can
switch
just
to
do the
because
overlay.
yeah,
Okay,
the
sure.
technical
So,
difficulties.
we got fucked up last night. Is apparently our starting point.
Yeah.
Can we swear on this? I don't care. We're gonna swear
Okay,
anyways.
so intermission. I'm gonna go take some shots and like really bring it to character. So be right
Oh,
back,
God.
audience.
Oh, is that how this is going to go? Fantastic.
Come on,
All
shots
right.
switching. Can I start now?
No,
We've now
everyone
become
else can
a
stop. You
novel
can't.
actual play Duckface.
Will it help my rolls?
Yes, if you actually, I'm a fan of things like that. So if you actually do a duck face during your rolls and it fits into the fiction, yes, you get a +1.
Noted.
Uh, don't ever say things like that out loud, because trust me, I'll work it in.
Now that we're live, it's now
I
actually official because now it's being like.
Yes, sorry for those
I
technical
think Morty
difficulties.
might regret that more than I will.
Let's go around the table real quick again. And introduce ourselves one more time. We'll start. We'll go back. We'll start with Jimena.
Oh yes, hi. I'm Jimena. I play she they pronouns for the character. Playing the pedal playbook. Loyal friend. Good, good, good. But we'll jack your shit up. Yeah, that. Give back to Alma.
Hi everyone. My name's Ida, but I'm going to be playing Alma, and her pronouns are she and her. I will be playing the Serpiente playbook, the snake character. She is socially inviting and charming, but very conniving underneath the surface. Maybe it's closer to the surface than I think that everyone can see. And she happens to have a wonderful sister in Gabi.
Hello, I am Gabby. I am the one cursed to have this one as a sibling. But in actuality, hello, I'm Ana Lemos Mogrovejo. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm also going to be playing Gabby here. Gabriela, but most folks just know her as Gabby. She uses she, her, and rem pronouns, or ella and ella pronouns. And I am super excited to just kind of be a very angry, violent person, possibly, who is trying, but probably not trying very hard. She does not have a heart of gold. She is a void with anger and feelings. That is her. But going to the actual person who has a heart of gold, Pupusito.
Thanks for that intro, everybody. Anthony, he, him pronouns again, and I will be playing Pupusito, also he, him pronouns. Pupusito is a member of the Agla playbook, so Regal Eagle, tough exterior, soft inside. Can't wait to talk about that, like a pupusa, with a little filling. So that's me. Oh my god. So passing it off to Meche.
Okay, hi again. I will be playing Meche, she, they pronouns. Tulacuache playbook, which is the opossum, is a very sort of cowardly, lazy character. So it will be interesting to see if she is a hero. And I am Amanda. I use she, her pronouns. And I forgot to mention earlier, I am Paraguayan American, so I am also Latin as well. And I'll pass it back off to our game master.
And I am Morshadi. I didn't actually introduce myself earlier. I am essentially someone who runs all PBTA games. As a tweet from this morning that if I run PBTA, if you offer me cookies. As we were saying earlier, you all run a cantina. It is called La Pluma Sagrada, the Sacred Feather, which is pretty funny because you all hunt angels. And in terms of this, last night you all partied hard and spent every single one of your stock. You're run out completely, and you are now completely out. But you all did go out to restock up for this morning, so that way you can get some new stuff for your brewer Don Vicente. So I'm actually going to start this out with your an Angelero move, which is you come back from hunting on one of your own turf. So we don't have to actually go out there just yet. But which means though it leads to our first rolls of the game. So I'm going to have you all make decisions for me. One is, did you all go together?
Alma would have definitely wanted to partake.
Okay.
I'm out there. We out.
Yep.
Okay.
Of course I'm out there.
What about you, Meche?
I would only go out there if someone else went with me. So yes, I'm there.
And Gabby?
I'm out there, but I'm not with everybody else. I
Oh,
just
okay.
like probably heard about it, but I was just like, okay, when are we going to go take care of
Okay.
this?
Fantastic. So you do have a predator. The jaguar went along with you. So that means you get to take +1 on your roll. Did all of you summon your Nahal while you're out there, or was it just a casual hunt?
I'm gonna say yes.
I would say no for Alma.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna go with no also. Start off slow.
All right.
I think I'm also going to go with no.
All right.
I think Gabby's waiting to see what
Okay.
she does, so that's a no.
So I think Himana probably summoned their Nahal just to be able to make sure that everything was fine. But because not everyone summoned it, you don't get another +1. No one. Since you partied last night, though, you clear out all your conditions. No one is afraid or insecure. The hunting grounds, we're going to hold off on that. So you do get it to do a +1. Who wants to roll our first roll of the game?
Who would like responsibility?
No, Isco's not it.
I'll do it. I got my die
Okay.
All right.
ready. Let's see. Okay, all right, an 8, so partial.
Okay. So on a hit, your hunt is fruitful. You all get 1 angel per member of the pack. But on the 8, you have to pick 3 out of this. You get hurt during the hunt, so you have to mark 5 heavy wounds divided amongst the pack. You cause collateral damage, and I'll tell you what the consequences were. The hunt is hard, so you mark 4 conditions among the pack. Or the hunt is scarce, and you kill 2 fewer angels.
So I think I'm gonna go with the hunt is scarce,
Okay.
and I'm gonna contextualize it like this. So normally I do summon my Nahal, and use my regal eyes to kind of scan for people, and then kind of swoop down on them if I can. But really now, because I don't have anything activated, I think I would just imagine myself charging at people, thinking that I'm swooping, but really I'm just running across the ground at full speed, just barreling towards these angels and then tackling them in the street is basically what's going on here. So I think I would, be able to catch fewer with with that.
Why
my
do I
normal...
feel like it's Naruto run? You're just like instead of like wings,
it's a
like,
Naruto.
flying,
It's
you
like
got your arms
Naruto.
back.
Like ah!
Damn it,
Just
Mo, I
burst
was
out
just
through
about to type that in the chat too.
Okay, that's one. What's another one?
Oh,
Does
I
someone
think-
else want to choose it instead?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would love for somebody else to choose it.
So
Somebody
yeah.
who saw me.
Hurt during the hunt, collateral damage, or the hunt is hard and you mark 4 conditions.
I like collateral damage. I
Okay.
don't know how I feel about that, but like I think that'd be pretty good.
All right. So you're okay with that one? The collateral damage. Where was your hunt? This is your favored location. This is your hunting turf. So where do you normally hunt?
I don't think
Or
we talked
angels.
about a barrio or any sort of area that we lived in
No,
at
we didn't.
all. So
I meant I did that specifically because I wanted to do this live.
okay.
Yeah.
Where do you guys think we live, y'all?
Well, you don't want to do it too close where you live.
Yeah.
You do
but,
want
like,
to go to your turf. Where would be your favorite hunting grounds be?
well, we're hunting angels, so it would be like where people are, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, it would be where people are. A lot of it is where it's very belief and prayer based. So places where churches, things of that nature, cathedrals, wherever large amounts of people gather.
So how about like there's a church nearby, but people go sneak out for smoke breaks during services, and they go stand by the giant garbage receptors,
Okay.
and maybe we just kind of scope out there if it's
So are you
it's secluded.
Yeah.
There's big things to hide behind, and there's disposal should we need it.
I'm sorry. are you saying that I'm tackling people on their smoke breaks outside of churches, just running along the street?
I
Well,
mean,
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I mean, you're
I love it. Let's do it.
okay.
I also had another idea, just throwing it out there as a possibility. Uh, mining shaft near the town. Here's the reason why.
Mm.
I remember ages ago watching a documentary where there are miners, especially in like specifically like South American kind of countries, where they will have their own particular religious practices outside of the mines, but in the mines they will have faith in things like mine devils and things of that sort.
El
Mhm.
tío.
Yeah, like exactly like El Tío and stuff. So like it would be in my head, I could imagine certain like angels like masquerading or being like trying to play up the legend so that no one bothers them, but we actually know what's happening with them. Like we know some of the stories are like bullshit.
It's the greatest hypocrisy of their greatest hypocrisy sort of thing.
Okay.
I
So
was
which
hoping
one?
for the boonies, so I'm actually really okay with that. I was like gonna say like
Okay.
desert or something, so that
Oh
that's like
yeah,
a perfect.
I love the idea of if maybe it's like even like industry on hard times. Maybe there's yeah, and there's even more than there was before because they're praying for industry to come back.
All right. Okay. So the cloud, so Pupusito, like just Naruto ran just into people, just knocking them out everywhere. Which, which is a shame. Did you want people to know about how your form looks, Jimena? What does your initial Nahua form look like?
I think I look like a oh, what is the Mexican dog? It's the XOLO Jolo. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a almost like a hairless, sort of like pincher, almost looking like dog.
I know exactly what you're
Cholo
looking.
Cinquente, I think, or something.
It's something very specific.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's oh, I have one right here, like on images. It's it's a Jolo sequential dog. I think they're just called Jolos Jolos for short. Yeah, but that's mine. It's like dark brown with like the white spots like going up its chest. Like I just found a photo that I'll share in the
Okay.
in our Discord. But yeah,
Yeah. So your head actually like it just kind of melds into that kind of head shape, and your hands go like are a little bit paw like, just like them initially. That's just your first stage. When Pupusito just like rams into people, people look back at you and immediately scatter and scream, and start running away. You all notice that the angels get out of their stupor. The angels that you hunt are very mindless and they just kind of gather around. That's why it's easily able to just it's almost like a herd animal. But these ones are gone. They've now scattered along with the humans. They've kind of gone away with them. So that's why you have less now. If anything, it's probably going to make it harder to hunt here in the future. You have one left. Which one would you want to choose? Who wants to choose another one? Getting hurt during the hunt, or the hunt is hard and you mark 4 conditions among the pack?
I will volunteer for getting hurt.
Okay, so if you're getting hurt during the hunt in the pack, you have to mark 5 heavy conditions divided amongst the pack. Who wants to? How do you want to divide it up?
I mean, I was attacking people, so I'm obviously on board for getting hurt.
Definitely same. I was like literally throwing myself at people.
Okay.
I was trying to like I imagine I was probably like on top of a dumpster and I fell off. So
Okay. All right, that's 3.
And
People can take on more than one, but
it's 5 total we have to take for
5
harm,
total,
like
yep.
getting hurt.
Yep.
I'll definitely take one of those as well.
All right, that's 4.
Is this an opportunity to use a vice?
What was that?
Is this an opportunity to use a vice?
You can use a vice anytime.
One of my vices is indifference, where I deny my help.
Okay. How did you do that fictionally? What did you do to avoid the harm?
I see that the initial approach kind of resulted in a scatter, and I gave very quiet, unhelpful criticism. Well, if I did that, I would have done it like this. Completely the wrong answer, no matter what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
And as it starts getting a bit busy, I kind of just literally like duck around things and take cover, maybe trying to clock the angels that are escaping.
I think in that case, I'll take 2 harm.
Okay. So Gabby, you essentially, Alma, what you did put Gabby in more danger. Since it's basically the beginning, everyone marked off conditions. They marked off their harm track, their stress track last night. You all were fantastic as you went out to the hunt. The only thing you can mark is your experience. You get 1 experience point from basically putting Gabby in danger. Okay. This is fantastic. You all come home with only 3 angels instead of 5. Part of actually bringing home the hunt is also butchering up the hunt as well, so that way you can get it together. Don Vicente only deals with the liquid for brewing it up. You have to do the rest. So is everyone helping out with this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alma.
Alma would help, if only to like reserve like some of the better bits aside.
Okay.
You're like, oh wait, that's a good one. Say, put that.
Let me do it.
Like I'm gonna fry that up tonight. Like that's the best part. That's the oyster. Meche?
Let me say I'm like in the area. Whether I'm helping is questionable.
Are you helping like wash things? Like you're not like helping with the actual butchering itself, but like you're like washing like stuff for us, or
Yeah, but like I'm not doing a very good job at it. Yeah, I'm just kind of very like, I would rather be like doing anything else, but I will complain the entire time about doing this.
Complaining doing work is a totally cool thing. I hate doing work.
Yeah,
but
no, work
up
is like the worst, and this is like the worst thing ever. And like, how dare you ask me to do this?
All right. Okay, so you get a +1 on that one. No one has any conditions, so you get that's a +2. Your hunt did yield fewer than. Oh no, you actually have 3 angels, so perfect. You don't have to get a -1. You're not really pressured to deal with the deadline, right? It's just more you just need to restock, so you're fine with that. You get a +2 on the roll. Who wants to roll this one?
I'll do it this time.
Okay.
Because I imagine Gabby is probably the most. This is the few things you see her ever get excited about, which is probably not a good sign as to her well-being after getting fucked up in a fight. She's like, I'm going to butcher these things. Why? Because they deserve it. Oh, that's 13.
Oh, nice. You are completely restocked in this was like a normal hunt for you. This was it whatever. Like maybe you ran out, you didn't bring home as many angels as you wanted, but it's okay. It's run-of-the-mill angel. You were able to squeeze out everything. Like you didn't waste anything, including
I kind of imagine it as one of those scenes. If anyone's ever seen films where someone like gets really messed up and then like it's like, I'm gonna do it myself. It's like, you don't have to. You can take a break. No. This is personal now. That one stabbed me in the gut. That one tried to punch me in the face, and that one I'm gonna have feathers stuck in my jacket for weeks now. Oh, and also solely for the ability to chuck the like filet mignon level of like piece just directly at Alma's face. It's like, here you go, hermana. Here's the best one.
Oh, what? Thank you. You're so sweet. Oh, you baby, you got so hurt.
By the way, you might want to duck. It's there's like a spleen like underneath it.
As everything's getting cleaned up, Don Vicente comes in from the back. It's about now 6-7 o'clock in the morning, and he's got the hat, and he's like, puts it on. Doesn't talk to anybody. He's just got that grizzled face, and he's putting on that apron, and he's, nah. Cafecito. And he's like got his cup of coffee, and he's starting up the pots where he brews this chingere. And he's just not looking at any of you. He doesn't care. What he cares about is coming in, doing his work, then going home. What do you all do?
So we drank a lot last night, and early morning we go out hunting. I think it's time to actually rest.
No complaints from me. I voluntarily lay down on like a booth in the cantina and just like try to take a nap.
You're just about to just go home and go to bed, Meche. You know that, right?
Yeah, but that requires me to get up and leave. When there's a spot right here, I can just sleep.
Listen, sleeping underneath the tables of a bar, it's like so comfortable.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, Mitch just wants to sleep wherever, it's fine.
Exactly. As mentioned, as you open up the bar, the bar door heading out into the actual lobby area, I want you to actually roll me the Cantina Roll, and that you roll with you the popularity of the Cantina, which right now it's +1. So just roll straight with a +1.
2d6.
2d6. Yep.
Yeah. That is a 5.
Ooh. Okay. Let's see here. That's good. Okay.
No, it's not. Don't lie to us like that.
It's good for me.
Oh, okay. There you go.
It's also good for you. It's good for the story.
Famous last words.
Yeah, right.
Mecha in the bar area, slumped over one of the tables, is Roman. He's just passed out there. Roman is the federal agent, the crooked one, but he's also one of the ones that is sitting there that you play dominoes with, right?
Right.
Yeah. What you don't understand is, that everyone left. You're one of the ones who cleans out everybody at the end of the night. But I mean, everyone partied hard last night, so maybe you missed him. What do you do?
I kind of like nudge him a little to kind of like jokingly like, "Hey, scoot over, make room."
Roman just and he falls over, and all along his throat is just like this black mass of liquid coming out of his mouth, which is not normal, not from your stuff. What do you do?
Who else is here in the?
No one else, just you. As far as I know, unless anyone else follows you.
Angela, the player, is disgusted by this. Gabby is just sort of watching, like right next to Meche, like she's just sort of been there, like a ghost that just popped up like 2 seconds ago and no one heard her.
I bend down and kind of tentatively just kind of like touch it. Like, what does it feel like?
It's extremely thick. It's like if you put your fingers in, it comes away like this really sticky tar. But it does, you pull it away just enough and it does go like nothing gets left behind, but it's almost like it won't let go. It goes right back onto his face though.
I'm going to go behind the bar and see if I can find like a little like jar, like an empty jar or something, and see if I can try to like scrape some of this off his face.
Okay. Yeah, and it's your bar. You have everything you need to get everything in there. As you get back to him, you start noticing that it's like fills his mouth almost. He can breathe, but it's like it's full in his mouth. He's barely just alive, though. What do you do?
I just kind of sigh, and I was just like, "Oh God, I hope I don't regret this." And I just start like, I just grab like a bunch of it and just try to like tug it out, trying to like get it
So
out of
you just
his
like
mouth. Yeah.
you just like just stick your hand in, just,
Right.
and you just put it in like a empty
Yeah.
jar of pickles.
Yeah, basically. As
Like,
I'm like, this is not normal, but
and
I
it
also,
does. Yeah, and it does, and it just like you pull on it, and it's almost like you're pulling like a scarf out, like it's like oh, it right into this jar.
I think Alma would have like if going through the lobby is also like the door out, I would have walked through, see this happen. It's like, Meche, I hope he bought you dinner. What are you doing?
I found him like this. Do you know it? And I hold up the jar, like, do you know what this is?
That's nasty. That's what that is.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's nasty, but it was in his mouth, and I've never seen anything like it.
What was he talking about last night? You know, he always had these crazy ideas. I don't know why you give him attention.
And then I just had a moment like, wait, you don't think this is like alien tech, do you?
That's exactly what I'm thinking about. Where else would he get it from? That's what he's always talking about.
Like, did he do it? Did he actually? Is this like real alien gunk?
Yes,
then,
we're playing a Venom game.
Yeah. And then I just have you can see like the gears turning, and I was just like, oh, I cannot wait to like put this out on display. And
I think that's when Jimena walks in. She's like, why is everybody going to the bar? Go home. Like, go get some sleep. What's going on?
Jimena, as you walk in, you see Meche just standing there. Everyone else is just kind of like, as if it's like it's normal that Roman is just laying there with a pool of black sludge out of his mouth.
Okay, so what is that? Ugh. Get it out of his mouth. Why are you all just standing around? Give me a plastic bag or something. And I think, yeah, Jimena's gonna get down like on all fours and try to like just start like pulling like so he can breathe.
Okay.
Alma is taking pictures of him and adding colored filters to the goo.
Like a rainbow filter. Just
I think Gabby is just like going directly to like his like up to his face and just like doing one of these and just like, hey, hey, Borrachero, wake up.
Go away. It's time to go home. Jimena, since you actually got down close to try to inspect, I want you to open the doors of perception. That's rolling with this instinto.
Instinto,
yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Instinto on here?
Was this everybody or is it?
Nope, just for Jimena.
Just for Jimena.
Okay.
Yeah, the rest of you are just like,
What is my instinct?
like, what's wrong with you? Oof. Like the black sludge, you do whatever. Like, you're used to just the weirdest things, and it just doesn't matter anymore.
9.
Okay.
So, gonna hit the is it Marakame?
Marakame. Yeah.
Will unveil something new or interesting about your current situation.
Okay. As you get closer and you see the mouth, cleared up because Meche pulled it out. You can kind of just like you're not transformed. Obviously, you're at home. You haven't transformed into your Nahwal, correct?
Not yet.
Okay. So you just kind of you're just because you do have some nascent abilities of your Nahwal. And you look over and you get this sense of something you've come up against before. A type of how would I want to put this? Not a person, but almost like it's like a drug. Where did you run into this before?
Probably right out of high school. I think it was like right when like maybe she turned 18. Like so she was I mean, she was already running around the streets when she was younger, but like I think they were actually like allowing her like, all right, cool, you're old enough to go in here legally. Like you're allowed. And I think it was one of the bars outside of town. Pretty shady, but her cousin's like going to it, so she went to. And it it was just like almost like a biker bar in a way,
Okay.
just like sort of like dusty, rundown, but it had the old locals there that and the people that come constantly. And people were playing pool. There was smoke filled the air because they were smoking inside. And like towards the back, after you got past like the a doorway of like those wooden beads hanging down, there's like another area that people were like just like lounging. It was like almost like a lounge that was like hidden away that there was a watchful guard that would like be there, but past that it wasn't not really that much security. And that's
Yeah.
where they'll be doing it. Yeah.
Yep. And as you remember this, like it just like hits you suddenly. Remembering all of this, like not that you're like, oh, I remember this from my 20 years past. You're all pretty young, but it's something that you kind of forgot about.
Yeah.
And it is this bar. What was this biker bar called?
I'm so bad at coming up names on the spot.
That's why I ask you.
Biker bar name generator.
Murciélagos.
There we go.
I don't even heard what you said, but I'm gonna go with that.
The Spanish word for bats.
Yeah. And so that instantly floods your mind, and you're like, what do? You remember this smell coming from there, and you know that it's a pretty bad bar, to the point where it's almost like something happened there, and you like blocked it out of your mind.
Yeah. And I think with that, and she's down there, and she's like, she gets that whiff, and you'll see her like, sort of like her eyes go wide, and then you just see her shake her head and like sort of stand up and like that. That is not what. That's not good. No, it's drugs. Pero he wouldn't be doing drugs. We know Roman. Like he's not the one to do drugs.
He likes his drink, but he's not a druggy guy. Like,
I mean, he's a Fed. He could be in all kinds of stuff for all we know.
Yeah, that's true. But he doesn't seem like it. Like we've known him for like a while. He hasn't done drugs before. And if he is, he would have offered some to us. I mean, come on. He like
I'm not saying doing. Maybe he's planning, and maybe he got somebody got tired of it. I don't know.
Because ACAB, right?
Yeah, I don't trust it.
Yeah.
Can't trust Roman. No, I mean he does think angels are aliens. He can see them, but he thinks they're aliens. I don't understand.
The whole time, the three of you are having that conversation. Gabby's just like right next to him and is like doing like one of these like side of his face.
Oh, not clapping in front. She's actually slapping
She's
him.
to whatever part of that is not actually covered by said black substance on his face. She's like very indifferent to like his well-being at this moment. She's just like, okay, we have more information. You have something you can tell us. Wake up.
And Roman just eventually reacts to your slap.
While this is happening, Alma's gonna pull out a switchblade, and I want to like scrape off a bit of that black goo and just isolate it from the rest of the pile. And she's going to duck behind the bar and pull out a lighter, and she wants to light the black goo that's on her switchblade to see what happens.
Okay. Yeah, you're easily able to, because couple of people are, Jimena and Mitchie are talking. Gabby's slapping, slapping a Fed. Pupusito's like,
Look, I'm not going to get to do this in my actual life ever. I have to seize the opportunity
it's
while
true,
I
it's
can.
true. You just like, shh, and just walk away. You get behind the bar, you flick it, and you burn it. I want you actually also to roll me an instinto. I know. Open the doors of perception.
I'm duck facing.
Okay, you get a +1.
What die do I roll?
2d6. It's all 2d6.
I've never played BBTA before. That's a 9.
Okay. With a 9, it actually like flashes and it disappears in this black puff of smoke, and it just like goes right in your face. You suddenly just like get this amazing vision across like the entire bar. Like the entire bar just suddenly glows bright orange from the wood grain, and you look around, you're like, oh my god, it's like the most psychedelic high you've ever experienced.
Oh my god, you're all so hot.
And it's when you see the other ones, it's like one of those like thermal heat maps. Like
you are on fire.
The rest of you hear this pop coming from behind the bar, and now Alma's like,
Would I know that's how the drug's done is by the smoke of...
You now recognize that smoke smell, and you hear that pop, and it just, that like immediately triggers something, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, I get up and like reach over and just like smack the thing out of her hands and like make it go flying into like the wall.
The switchblade?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gone. The little bit that she had on there is like essentially gone. But slapping Alma, I want you to actually...
We're just slapping her hand, not like her face. But
oh,
like
okay. Just making sure.
Hand
All right,
is Alma.
The hand is Alma.
You mean so roll it?
Yeah, I want you to assail someone with some garra. A little bit, just a little bit.
Where's my garra? I think my garra's a +1. So let's pull up. Gotta remember where everything is on here.
Well, it's not really garra. Let's maybe make a fuss instead. It's manya. It's just your hand, Alma.
That would be a 4.
Okay.
I just want to get it away from her. I don't care if it's like goes into the wall or if it just like falls. I'm just no touchy.
No touch.
No touchy.
No touchy. You are able to knock it away, and like it just flies. But Alma, that knocks you back into consciousness. What do you do? Because Jimena just came up and slapped you. You don't know why.
I'm gonna remember that.
Ooh.
Okay, first off, before you do, I mean you can remember it, whatever. But drugs.
I gathered as much, and that
Then why
guy's
are you
literally...
smoking it?
I only knew it was drugs after I lit it up.
I said it was drugs.
Who's doing drugs without me? What?
These are the drugs we don't want to do, though. That's not... yeah.
Meche, do you, now that you see what's going on, do you close up the pickle jar and like...
Yeah, I'm stashing it in my little bag for later. It was like in her mind, she's like, well, it was fun to think I could sell this as alien tech, but now that I know it's drugs, I'm like, ooh. She's not above doing unscrupulous things.
Alma and Jimena are just getting into it behind the bar. Gabby, you have Roman there on the floor, and he's starting to come to. Pupusita, what are you doing?
I'm really just taking a look at all of the ridiculousness that's going around, I was just
Nice.
doing some of my daily duties at the cantina. I usually love picking up like the angel bones and the grime and just doing a bunch of sanitary work. Right now, my goal is to get into the sanitary like union, the sanitization union. So that's what I'm trying to do in my, as a side gig. Try to get us some stuff like songs for the jukebox, new lights, LEDs, right? Shit's expensive, so.
You
Um,
gotta fix up the place.
so I come back in after like getting covered in like some angel grime, but I got my jumpsuit on, and then I just see like it's like the fire episode in Community when you just walk in with the stuff, and it's like what
You're like
there's like
you're holding up like angel bones on one hand and like meat in the other. Like
yeah, come in, I'm like, hey guys, yeah, and then almost straight up like leaning super hard, matches like covering this like artifact, pickle jar, so I'm
all
just
my
asking
He-Man are
everybody.
just like,
Yeah, I'm like Roman is just drunk again in the bar, or I mean, clearly he's been up to something else here. Uh, can should we take him back somewhere? Should we notify somebody? I mean, or should we just throw him out back? Because I can do that.
uh, yeah. I mean, which way do you want to go with this? Like those are your internal thoughts, but what do you
Um,
want to do?
I don't know. I'm not sure if there's anything like to do. I'm just gonna go up. I'm just gonna try and make him comfortable. So I'm actually just
Okay.
gonna pick him up and create like a little, like a sleeping area on one of our benches,
Hmm.
and put like some blanket, some like straw, a pillow that I use to sleep whenever I nap here at the cantina, and just try to like tuck him in, and just be like, shh, it's okay, Roman. I know the bad dreams will go away soon.
Gabby, you just suck. Pupusito come in and just like that, just like in a very eagle-ish way, just like pick up
You just hear like a
Roman.
hawk sound, just like like going by as he walks in.
I think Gabby's a little like thrown off by this because I think it's like very like it happens so quick and so smoothly. Like I think her movement around stuff is like very precise and skillful and like fast, but like Pupusito's the only one who like matches her and like how smooth he is doing stuff. So she's just like there's like she's going like this the entire time, like trying
You're
to
just
wake him
following
up.
along.
Yeah. No. And then
Okay.
like she starts hearing the fuss happening with Alma and Nimena. And then she turns back and she turns back when she doesn't hear the sound
Whew.
anymore.
Oh.
She's like,
And I'm like, well,
Pupusito, you're too nice to him.
I know, but we got to give him a break for now. Otherwise, I'm never gonna
Do
hear the end
we
of it.
do we actually have to give him a break?
You actually like are changing. I'm like, I think about it, and I'm like, well, then we should go all the way, right? And I just change my mind completely, and then tie him up and put him in a chair in the middle of the room, just to make sure we contain the problem. Just take him. You're like, okay, well, you know what? You've actually made a good point. I actually don't feel like I have to do this, and
Well, you can still make them comfortable. You have those bench chairs that are just like one single plank with two things holding it up, so you can make them comfortable
compromise
and tie them up.
and tie him up. Okay, so then I'm gonna tie him to the bench and be like, you're right. I shouldn't let him off easy. We should be sure that restraints are on in case tries to pull anything. But
As you get the final tie in, and Gabby, I think you're probably standing over Roman, just like he finally is starting to wake up, and just kind of ¿qué, qué, qué pasó? I what? And
Hey,
he's now just freaking out.
You have
What do you
some
do?
explaining to do.
Note to self: need to run an I Love Lucy PBTA game.
I,
Anyway,
How about Passions de las Pasiones hack? I Love Lucy.
yeah,
oh, that sounds
that's
fun.
literally the game I was gonna run it in.
Yeah, no, Gabby's just standing over her, and I should know for the record, she's only intimidating from this angle because otherwise she's barely 5 feet. I don't even think she necessarily reaches 5 feet. She just tells herself she's 5 feet. But if anyone actually checks, she's like 4'10", 4'11".
Hey, short person energy. The shorter the person, the more energy and anger there is.
It's concentrated. It's
I
packed.
represent
Concentrated
that. How dare
anger
you?
and it's impacted. So you see Roman wake up, and he's now struggling against, and he's like rocking back and forth trying to get out. What do you do?
Broncas mucho viejo.
She's like, okay.
It's like, I do not snore.
Right. So what happened?
What do you mean? Why do you have me tied up?
Because you are a literal walking hazard right now. Do you realize face? Can you see your face right now?
Click,
No.
click, 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 click.
You
Document
have
everything.
black goo coming out of your face.
What do you mean? I have black and like right in your.
I wipe it down.
Oh.
I wipe it down real quick for Gabby, just like a little windshield wiper.
Like catches your hand as you try and go to wipe it down.
Oh, Gabby plays that way, huh?
Do not spit in our cantina.
Sorry.
I will make you feel sorry if you do it again. What happened?
I came here for last night. Like, we were all having fun, and I woke up here, right now. What? Why are you tying me up? Like,
Weren't you supposed to go home last night? Like, didn't you? Like, everybody left. How did you get back in?
I don't know. I thought I went home. At least I was going to. I don't. At least, like, he's starting to like get this lost look on his face. And it just is really glazed over on his eyes. Who wants to roll figure someone out? This is a barrio move.
Well, I kind of wanted to like ask Jimena aside after we're done, like after our attention is now pulled to what's happening in front of us. Like, so you're familiar with that stuff? You're muted, Mo, I think.
You did.
Now you're good.
Okay. She'll be like, I smelled it before. I went to a bar in outside of town, and they were doing it in the back.
No cute little name for it.
The bar or the drug? I don't know about the drug's name, but the bar was I don't remember. Something with an M.
Murciélago.
Yeah, that one. Well, you know your bars. Around town.
Alma knows all the best places. All the
I know
worst
the best
places
places to get drinks bought for me.
Yeah, but they were doing it in the back, and that's, you know how you can just remember smells from like your memories, and they just unlock, like a certain smell unlocks a memory. That's what this is.
And in your memory, was Roman there, like being squeezed like a freaking piñata for the drugs coming out of his nose?
No.
Then what the fuck is that happening to him now?
I don't know. It's happening for sure, but like definitely wasn't something that happened in the back where they were doing them.
I will literally call over to the bar in a loud voice. Roman, why are you a drug piñata?
Yeah.
Roman goes, just like, and like just yells back, Alma, you've got the weirdest ideas about how to speak to people. You know that, right?
Well, your moko is weird.
Listen, can you let me out of whatever the hell you have me tied to? Like, I got something right on my back. You really should nail down these nails right.
GM, I have a signature move called Encanto, and on an NPC, I can ask them to do something for me, and I want a perfect, to their knowledge, recount of exactly who they talked to last night and what they did.
Okay. Go ahead.
It's just active all the time, it says for me. It's a signature move. Doesn't say I have to roll anything.
It does.
It does, actually. It
Where?
says
Roll
you
with
have to roll
Barrio.
with Barrio.
Okay, I'm blind. I will roll with Barrio then. And as I do so, I walk over and I make my pouty face.
I'll allow it.
You gave me the power. I'm going to use it. 9.
Even with the plus 1. Okay, a 9. So you get the whole 2. You can spend the whole to ask them to do something for you. And I can't act against you, so I can't resist and must do what you want.
Just going to like really walk up in front of him, like almost put my face in front of his. Tell me everyone you talked to last night. Now.
Okay. So all right. So I came in last night and he's just like, he rattles off. I talked to, well, I played with Meche and let's see, Meche and Juan and the Zofia came in, I think. Yeah, he came in for a few minutes. We had a drink. I didn't order a drink though. But let's see. And then I don't know. Then we played Meche. Yeah, Meche and I played more dominoes, right? Meche, we played dominoes all night.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Wait, but Zofil didn't buy me a drink.
Roman, look at me.
Yeah.
Describe that drink. Now.
It was in a bottle.
No shit.
And the bottle, it didn't have a label on it. And he like just kind of like twists around and it looks like you don't have one. And you don't have any more.
So you had it here?
Yeah, he brought it to the table.
Can I do a thing while he's talking?
Yeah.
I'm going to start sniffing around to see if I can find the bottle.
Okay.
Because if it has remnants of the drug in it, maybe it's like there's a trail somewhere.
Okay, yeah, go right ahead. I want you to roll its Instinto.
Yeah, like, or we know our stock, so we know what isn't quote unquote native to this bar, to this cantina.
I turn to Gabby.
What'd you roll, Jimena?
I rolled 2 ones.
I'm gonna hold on to that for just a second.
Continue, Pupusita. You were saying.
Sorry. So I just turn to Gabby real quick and I'm like, leave it to your sister to interrogate the bastard cop. And I'm like, only she could get away with that. And I'm like scared, cowering behind I think like a garbage can lid or something. Just
Like you make the comment and then you like find a fallback so to be away from Alma hearing it. Is that what I'm getting?
you just scared that I'll get into the interrogation. I'm just like, it's trying to stay at it.
like Gabby has a look of like 4 or 5 different emotions cross her face. There's initially like a laugh that's being stifled really hard. Then she gets really angry. Then she gets a little confused with herself, it looks like. And she's like, how tall is Pupusito, by the way?
Oh, so I was thinking like 5'10".
Yeah, so you're like a foot taller than me. So she just like reaches up and like puts a hand on your shoulder, and all she says is, as funny as I find that, do not make cracks about Alma. Okay?
I look down and I'm like, you're right. I should know by now. I shouldn't involve anybody else in joking around with you. And then I get really
appreciate
sad, reminded of
Aw.
another time, and we're like, I'm sorry.
She feels like conflicted and bad for like a split second, but then she just points over to like like there's like a segment of the door leading into the cantina that like has a chip on the side of it, and she's like, I respect you, Pupusita. Don't make me do what I did to Rogelio the other time.
Yeah, you've been angry at me before, and I don't care for it.
You, I appreciate you think I've been angry with you. If I've been angry with you, you wouldn't be here. Let's listen.
Look down. Oh my god.
Meche, you've tucked away this jar, and you're listening to this entire conversation. What are you doing now? Because no one's paying attention to you, as is normal.
I'm like,
Everyone
I'm
kind of
used to it.
underestimates you. You're used to it.
I start thinking back about how what was his name? I have it written here. Zophiel, he didn't buy me a drink, and I remember being very slighted by it yesterday. But now I'm like, why didn't he buy me a drink? What's going on? Would I know where Zophiel is at this time?
Zofio, you wouldn't know. He just comes to the bar every so often. Usually, when he comes to the bar, it's he's very dashing. He looks kind of like Lucifer from the TV show Lucifer. If he shows up, he's there to make a scene. Essentially, he's there to be seen. This is the place to be whenever you guys throw a huge party, and that's when he comes. What you do know is that he plays both sides. He's a double agent, so like, if he was there last night, he was there for a reason.
Let's see. So I turn to Pupusito and Gabby. I was like, do you remember where Zophiel went after he left? Like, did you happen to catch a glimpse?
I walked El Caído home after he, was drinking too much again. So I was dealing with our normal drunk.
Mm. Was
Our
anyone
normal
else?
drunk.
Yeah,
Our normal drunk who is who again? Pupusita?
El Caído.
Yes,
El
I know.
Caído, huh?
Yep. And what is El Caído?
Oh, so El Caído is a former angel who I got in a fist fight with, who then gave up being an angel, and now eats them, and is becoming a diabloero slowly,
Slowly but surely.
slowly but surely.
Mm,
And you're so nice walking them home.
yeah.
Yeah, good friends now.
Should we check up on El Caído? Do we know if Zophiel bought him anything?
I get like really scared. I'm like, oh,
And we'll lead back to Jimena, as you are just you sniffed around the table that Roman was on, and just you do this like zigzag motion across like a couple of locations. You go to the bar that has like one groove in it. You're like, and you as you head towards the door leading out, um, you realize that the smell is coming from the outside. This was brought into the bar. This was brought into the cantina, and as you like go to the door, like the door just slammed right into your face. Ongoing for right now, until I tell, hey, it'll be for a little bit, for just a slight little moment. You're gonna have a -1 to your instinto
Oh
because your
no!
nose is just no. In coming into the door, is el caído, just kind of like
Speak of the
walking in
devil.
very. Speak of the devil, and this devil has just a dribble of that same black
No.
coming down. And at that, we're going to take our first break.
No.
And we'll be right back.
Guys are muted.
Okay, and we're back to reset it. Jimena, you are now holding onto your nose, and all you can smell is pain. Ah!
Fuck me.
There you go. As the door
Jimena?
slams open.
That was me.
As the door slams open, and El Caído walks in. Now, this is a fallen angel who's given up on that life, and it's just going down a hole of just becoming El Diablo, and just staggers in with a little dribble of that same black coming just off the side of its mouth. What do you do?
Hey, cabron, the fuck? And then I think that's when she looks up. She's like, stop. Right there. Stop.
And it doesn't listen. It's just like shuffling forward. This is a lower level angel. They're kind of mindless. The fact that it even knows to come here is always a surprise to every single one of you, because the type of angels you all hunt are that kind of mindless. They just kind of scatter around and just hover around people. I think the only reason it comes to the cantina is because of Pupusito. You've kind of created this this bond with this angel. Hydration check, everyone. Take a drink. It has water. It's made of water.
That's
No, drink water.
Chat, if you want to redeem a press X to doubt button right now, we might need one of those.
I don't know.
I think as he keeps coming, she's like, "Hey, I said stop," and it's like putting a hand out, and grabbing onto his shirt and just hold him at the arm's length.
And you just as you hold on to the back of whatever clothing, the shirt of this angel, just kind of leans forward, and just you're holding on, and just and just suddenly just and just more black goo comes out of its mouth.
Oh god, I don't know what to let go first, my nose or this. Okay,
Put a bucket right under him straight away.
someone help? Can someone
Yep.
help me, please?
Yeah, I come and I am like, okay,
Thank you.
I'll take it from here, and I pick him up, put him on a bench, tie him down the same way, put a couple buckets underneath, and I'm like, okay, is everybody okay with this? Are we all good with tying up the vomiting people who need our assistance and antidotes right now?
Yeah, I actually have it's part of one of my, what's it called?
Your signature moves?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where I actually I can step back and just let other people do the work.
Or is it your vice?
My vice, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh. I'm actually going to pull out a supernatural moho here, and I'm going to take out a heart of the earth, and I'm going to place them above each of their stations to try and see if that calms them down in any way, or at least to sanctify the ground around them, kind of give them a little bit of peace.
Okay, so above the station. What do you mean? Are you gonna literally stuff it in their mouth or what?
No. I meant place it. I would imagine that these supernatural mohos have an aura or a radius around them. So just placing it near them where maybe they feel warm or it helps to calm them. I might have personal opinions about each of these people, but they do require medical help. So I'm just focusing on that, trying to stay calm.
Okay. They do to a sense. You only get the full benefit if you actually ingest them. So, in the sense of the angelitos and nahuales, you would have to eat them. Gives you that ability. The same as if you would have to use your mask.
I have the perfect idea. So I go in the kitchen, get my whipping station ready. I get some ground beef, of course, angel meat, of course, some picadillo, and I pop in. I ground up the heart of the earth. Unfortunately, I hope I'm treating them respectfully. Put them in the picadillo, and then I do little airplane noises to try and feed each of them. Some little.
One for your sister, one for grandma.
Mhm.
Just try to get
Aquí
everybody
está un
some medicine.
bocadillo.
Yeah.
Ooh. And it's just the tiniest of spoons too. Um,
It's good though. Son completo.
yep. And I'm guessing Jimena, you had already let go of the angel, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I let Papusito have
It
them.
and it did. It sat down at its spot every single time. The spot that you had sniffed secondly is that little groove. It's the angel's ass groove. That's the one he always sits at, and
It's just molded to his cheeks.
it's just molded to the cheeks, and he just sits waiting for the bar to open essentially for some reason. As you Pupusita come over, like, how do you present it? Is it tacos? Is it just the meat? Is it what else?
It's just picadillo. Maybe
Okay.
like I want to be carb conscious, so I'm not gonna serve any rice, and so I'm just gonna.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you as you suddenly see just like more of this stuff come out, but it's starting to like pour out. Like it's almost like it's weeping out. Um, and you see just like light come back into its eyes. What do you do?
I am going to just pat them on the shoulder, similar to what Gabby did to me. Although
Okay.
that was a lot scarier. I'm I'm going to take the lighter approach here. Yeah, the grip.
The lighter approach.
Well, yeah, and
Just
not. No.
just one giant fireball going into the mouth of an
Mm.
angel. All right,
I
that's
would
cool.
like
That's
to
cool by me.
I would like to establish that our precedent here is that people have to make a distinction between doing the Alma move and the Gabby move, which
The
is
Gabby.
setting a thing on fire and aggressively grabbing somebody's shoulder.
New signature moves added to the playbooks.
Yep.
Uh, and and so I just go around to each of them, Zofia and Roman and El Caído, and just feed it to each of them. They all seem to be doing a little bit better. I'm just gonna leave them with some chinguere and just top them up and just sit back.
Do you yell for Don Vicente? Is it ready?
Sí, señor Vicente, aquí vengo, and I bring like a little tray. I'm like, okay, I'm off shift right now, but this is a special occasion. And then I do.
He comes out with little shock like no me jodes.
Okay, okay, señor Vicente, perdón, right? And I go behind the counter, and I'm like, I'm gonna turn to everybody, and I'm gonna be like, listen, I know we partied hard last night, but today's obviously a hard day, all the same. So I'm gonna pour up some little like salted rim, chinguetre shots for everybody, and anybody who wants to take it can. But I am going to go around in my little apron and offer to everyone. Um, so
Such a great host.
I have to be, everybody's stressed right now. We need somebody on the back end just taking care of, if
Does everyone take a
goes, we're all
shot?
good.
I take my shots, but before I drink it, I just kind of like, since I'm still right next to Roman, I did the thing where just kind of whoosh it past his face before I go take it into mine.
Anyone else?
Oh,
Just
I'm
hear
taking
Roman
the
do it.
shot. Just knocks it back immediately.
I think Jimena's like, oh, thank you, hold on. And just like still holding her nose because she's like, I think she's got like a couple napkins now, like sort of like holding up the blood from the bleeding. Is it broken by the way, or is it just really?
It's just like
Bump.
it's that kind of like you got punched in the nose, and it just you stop smelling some things for a little bit because
Oh,
it's just those pain sensors are going off.
Oh yeah,
really
I've
a
been
lot.
there. I've been kicked in the face, so yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I think she's just like holding the napkins, like puts them up in her nostrils for a bit so they can stop the bleeding, and just like takes the shot.
Like you taste nothing
Yeah.
of it.
Hopefully it'll ease the pain, but who knows?
Yeah. Gabby, what about you? Do you take the shot?
Like if Pupusita comes by the spot Gabby was at when Ray hears that Jimena's still going through the like pain and everything, you'll just kind of it's like almost slightly Looney Tunes cartoon-esque like dust cloud just has kind of disappeared for where she was at, and she pops up right next to Jimena like with with like just a cloth like handkerchief or something just to like help stifle the blood. And he's just like, here.
Oh, thanks. I just appreciate it. And like, she still like has the little guys that are like up in the nose just like to help stop it, but she'll take the one that was given and just like sort of like wipe around the edges, at least get the escapees of her nostrils.
I think at this point, Alma will like lean over Roman towards where Zophiel is and say,
Oh,
so I heard
Zophiel's
you
not
were
there.
being, oh, sorry,
Zophiel's not
Caído,
there. Yeah,
Caído,
Caído, yeah.
Caído. And he'll say like, so I heard someone got generous and brought in a new drink. Did you get a nice drink last night too?
And Caído looks at you and just kind of like takes his hand and just like reaches out to the bar, almost as if it's grabbing a bottle, and then looks ahead at the picadillo again, and just
GM, do I still have Encanto up on Roman or is it expanded? You tell me.
on Roman. Yeah, you have one more hold.
Then I want to turn back and say to him, that bottle you're describing, I want you to find it now.
And he goes, okay.
Pupusito, if you would please.
As it's scraping the bench along the floor.
Do you want me to untie him or?
I mean, this is funny.
And now he's on the ground.
Okay, all right. So we'll let him go. Yeah, I think they're feeling better. We don't have to be so worried anymore. And I'll let them go.
I mean, he's being so sweet in doing this for me. GM, would this count as deceit where I'm misleading an NPC into potentially a dangerous situation?
No, because you're not deceiving them. You're wanting them to do something for yourself. Deceiving them would be essentially lying to them about it. So
Okay.
There you go. You guys are all free.
yeah. So Roman is free now, and he's like, he goes over, and he starts looking underneath the table, and just like he pulls out like writing utensil. He's writing on the back of his hand, like he's almost like he's like investigating. Like he went into investigate mode.
Alma sits down, he's like, outsourcing.
Outsourcing. Now remember, everyone who's either used a vice or rolled a 6 and under, things of that nature, make sure to mark your experience. So as he's kind of off to the side there, Gabby, what are you doing?
This is an odd question, but do I get the sense that anyone else, like there's been anyone else outside of the bar? Like if I take a second to step outside, just say I'm getting some air for a second, do I notice if anyone's been watching the bar while we've been dealing with all of this?
Go ahead and I'll leave it up to you. Do you want to open the doors to perception or do a sneak around? How comfortable do you feel about your neighborhood?
I think I will do sneak around on this occasion. I think there's a sense of like, I don't trust that we're getting more and more people who are sick ending up at the bar, and
Okay.
She trusts that Alma's going to do whatever it is she's going to do.
Okay.
She trusts her to do that thing, and she knows Pupusito will take care of anyone who is actually hurt. And
all right.
Meche will be Meche, and Jimena will hurt herself smelling things again. I don't know.
All right. You suddenly just like get this like get to the front? Are you gonna go out the front door, or are you gonna go out like the back?
Well, I don't think it really matters because I rolled 5.
Well, make sure to mark XP for me. So as you go to the front door and you just like open it just a little bit. Mecha, you see you're sitting there watching Gabby trying to be sneaky, but Gabby's very how can we say bust down the door first, then sneak through it kind of person. What do you do?
I am going. I think I do have an ability, I think, that
Okay.
does this. Maybe not. I only have Snatch, which is basically where I just grab whatever I need.
Yep.
So yeah, I will try to sneak.
Just sneak behind Gabby and be like, "What you
Yeah.
doing?"
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I come up and I'm just like, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah, you totally do it because of the 5. I'm just gonna let you just handle it. You're like, "Hey, Gabby, what are you doing? Huh?
Hey, ¿qué pasó?
¿Qué pasa? Huh?" The two of you've opened up the door just enough to look out into the street, and it's completely empty, just around your bar. But it's now like 8ish in the morning. The town's starting to get busy for the morning rush. Essentially, people are off and doing their business. You don't notice anybody like staring at the cantina. You might see something if you actually go outside.
Go outside, Gabby. And I
be right
open the
behind
door and
you.
try to like shove her out.
You know what? You know what I think Mecha is going to be for me? Mecha is just going to be my replacement of the little angel and the devil on my shoulders. Except just going to be a little fucking possum.
Oh no no
There.
no no!
Oh, no.
He's got a point.
She'll go. She'll like say, like, I'll be, like, she'll like get Alma's attention while she's in the middle. Like, just give a look of like, do you have this? Like towards the towards the people she's talking to. It's like, you
Yeah, I'd like some breakfast.
Are you just like grabbing some of the picadillo and just like,
No, I'm telling Gabby if she's giving me the look like you got this, I'm looking back at her. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't mind some breakfast.
oh,
Mavis, screaming my Mavis under her breath, and is just like, fine. It's just
Oh, you can get some for yourself too. As I continue to watch Roman digging for the bottle I told him to find.
gracias, preciosa. He just starts walking out like somewhat grumpily. Also, for the record, she just looks like somewhere between like a goth kid and a metalhead. Like in terms of her outfit, she does not look like someone who's particularly well dressed or anything, even while working here.
hey,
She's
there
just
is
like
a
an angry metalhead, an
there
angry
is
brown
a
metalhead is just walking out the cantina.
there there is a specific look. It's tailored for that kind of look. Now you said you're walking out of the cantina. You're going out then?
Well, Mecha's already like fucking pushed me out, so I guess I am anyways.
I'm like looking from the crack of the door just to see what happens.
Like, Mecha's like, I like your breakfast. I like your breakfast burrito too.
Hey, while you're out
As
there,
you stumble out into the open, you don't immediately see anything. But I want you to roll me a Badio roll. 2d6 plus Badio.
Oh boy, that's not good for me. That's really not good for me. except I roll like a god. That's 10.
Nice. Your senses immediately pick up your surroundings. This is your area. This is the cantina area. This is like your neighborhood. You know this neighborhood. You do sense something off. Even though you normally would be asleep at this time, there is something wrong. As you look up in like one of the buildings to your top right, you see just this like slight glow, a head and a glow, like peeking up over a corner. And as you look at it, it like ducks, and you can hear footsteps just take off. What do you do?
Con extra salsa.
she like she like sticks her head back in and it's just like, Angel, over there. Don't know where exactly. I will be right back.
Okay.
Just, like,
Do you
taking
need
off.
help?
You just hear probably from like half a street down, yes.
And I think with that, him is gonna be
Yes.
like, all right, cool, just stuffing the things up my nose and just starting to run after her.
Okay.
I would like to do a thing if I can. Can I use Bloodhound?
What does Bloodhound do? Read it out for me.
When you track a prey, roll with Instinctio. On a hit, you know exactly where to find them and can follow their trail until you do. On a 7-9 mark stress, on a miss, you still know where to find them, but the Marakame picks one.
Okay. So Bloodhound requires you to be in your Nahual form.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. So you can do that. It's totally fine. So what you'll need
Watchdog
to
is the
do?
only one I can do without Nahual's form.
Yeah. So you can summon it. You can run outside and summon your Nahual. So it's based on questions. So as you run out, there's these two questions. Do you have your mask on? Do you have your mask on you?
Always.
Always. Okay. So that's fine. Do you consume an enhancer to do it? Or are you just running out there and just have your mask?
I did have a Chingare shot earlier. I don't know if that counts.
You
or not.
did, which had the enhancer in it. So you did. So you don't have to mark any stress right
Okay.
now. So you do it and you just like, you do that. And so you just do it. What do is you launch yourself out.
I know what angels smell like. I've smelled plenty. I've sniffed out plenty of angels, but I know it's gonna be a little harder for me now because my nose is a little stuffed up. But I'm gonna do my best
Okay.
and start running in the direction that Gabby was talking about.
Okay. Do you just take the streets, or what do? Do you climb up? Dogs climb a little bit. There are videos of dogs climbing.
I can if there's like things to bounce off, like a dumpster to like a patio to like another leverage. I'll do some parkouring up.
Okay. So yeah, there are boxes and then you know little porches and everything that you can head up, and you're like, and you get on top of the roof right across, and you just see this like glow, just like just way down the line. Gabby, which direction did you take? Obviously the same direction you saw them take off, but did you stay down on the streets? Did you get up on top of the building?
She didn't do this earlier when we were out hunting because I think she thought it was lower grade, but I think now she does choose to summon her Norwal.
Okay. So you have any bit of an enhancer in you. What about your mask? Do you have it on you?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't mark any stress, and you do the same thing. What does your Nahua look like?
And in terms of the mask or overall
Overall presentation as you transform.
I think there is kind of a ferality that takes over most of her features. There's it's like if you had humans starting to go into like werewolf face kind of levels of like anger and rage, except it's much more like feline tinted and much more in the direction of a jaguar. So, but because it's only the first stage, it's just that's kind of why it has that only like partially transformed look. It's
Mhm.
just like and the eyes get the cat eye slits to it. And the reason that I'm doing that is I think I'm going to channel an ability, which is to detect the true position of an enemy.
Okay.
So I will mark the one stress in order to do that. And I kind of imagine it as just like it's very, for anyone who's seen I think it's called The Quiet Place, the horror movie The Quiet Place, where like the sound like is gone, like everything around her is just entirely silent, and she's just listening for either a the movement of the wings, if she hears anything like that, or the way that the light and the halo might be moving around her head. Like she's just it's like if it were a spider holding on to different threads in the web. She's waiting for that one thread to be moved just ever so slightly to just start moving all the way in that direction.
Okay. Um, and it's totally fine. You see it, and you just see this like as they are jumping over the buildings. There's just like this disturbance of a wave as they are moving throughout the city. They are a few buildings ahead of you, um, and you're running towards them. Jimena, you said you wanted to use your Bloodhound move. That's roll with Instincto. You still have that um, that -1 on Instincto, but if you roll well enough, I'll wipe it out.
Okay. That is a 10 on the dice.
Perfect. You're going into Nahwal just like it changes your face, it changes your body, and it changes the way your body chemistry works. So that's your body just goes whoop. So when you go back, it kind of relieves some of that pain and stress. So you'll be fine. Your instincto goes back to normal. On a 10 plus, you know exactly where they're going to be at. Let's see here. You know exactly where to find them. You follow their trail. You have the same kind of thing. What does it look like to you when you're following this person's trail?
I think I pick up like it's like almost like a cartoon scent line. Like
Just
I
that
just so mind you, I just watched Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers last night, the new movie.
Yes.
And so they actually have like the scent lines like going through, and like so I think it's like that, but it represents who they are. So if it's an angel, it's like a glowing, it's like a yellow golden like sort of like fog that like follows behind them.
Okay. When you are following this scent line, you know what a scent line for an angel looks like and smells like and looks like, and it's that glowing fog. This one's not the same. It does give you that same sense of angel, like glowing sense, but it's off slightly. It's almost like it's impure. But it's still there. You can easily track it. As you both are heading down the buildings on the top, and you're tracking them down. The rest of you are still in the cantina. They took off. Alma, Meche, and Babusito, what are you doing?
Oh, they've got it. It's fine.
So Meche wanted to use her vice about just or pardon, their vice to stop anybody, to stop themselves from doing anything.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's just between like Alma and I, right? So like Alma did, like, we should get out there, right? Like, I'm kind of worried about. I mean, I heard them take their stuff with them and kind of zip away. Like,
Are you fucking suggesting that Gabby can't take care of herself?
no, I'm saying that Zemen and Gabby are out there. We should go help them.
If I look at our friends in the bar, how are they doing? There's El Caído and Roman. Like,
Roman is like he's now like searching through the pockets of the Caído, like turning out. There's nothing in the pockets, but he's now writing on his arm, and it's just like a lot of scribbles that you don't understand. It's like chicken scratch, like a doctor's chicken scratch. Obviously, it means something to Roman, but he's finally looking through, and he's like, looks at
So,
Meche,
Roman, the bottle might not be in here.
and he looks at Meche, and he goes up to you and goes, "Clean up," and he runs through the back of the kitchen.
Clean up what?
And you just hear you hear Don Vicente like, "¿Qué estás haciendo aquí?" And you just hear just like shattering of, and like things falling over.
Checking my nails.
Señor Vicente, no. Por favor, no hace eso. Tengo que limpiarlo. And I just like put on the apron again and start like brushing and sweeping.
Wait, hold on. Wait for it. And I'm waiting for Roman to hopefully say Eureka soon. I'm like, wait for it.
You hear the clattering stop. But Ramon doesn't come back.
What's my fucking moment? Roman!
So you head back there. Don Vicente's pissed off. He's like picking up pots and pans, and he's yelling at you the worst, Spanish curse words you can think of. I can't because I never said them when I was a kid. I was a good boy. And you do see the back door just like slammed open. It's obviously he went out the back. What do you do?
I'm going to stomp outside because I was going to look really cool here, and fucking Roman didn't like telepathically receive my timing, and he needs a piece of my mind.
What you look back and you see he's actually in the middle of all the bags of trash that are behind the bar. And when he looked at Meche, he realized, duh, Meche takes out the trash at night. And the bottle would probably be there. So he's like ripping open bags, and he's like digging through them, and it's got like all the empty bags and the food that's left over, and he's just like, he doesn't care. He's digging through everything.
Yeah, poor Pupusito cleaning this up.
And he's just tossing until he's like, yeah! And he grabs it and he's holding it up. And it's just this like empty Coke bottle. It's the label's been ripped off, but you see at the bottom of it a little bit left of that same sludge. And he comes over and he's like, right here.
Give me.
And he hands it over.
Good boy.
And he's, whew. Oh, and he's just like, what the? And yeah, it's off-brand Inca Cola. You take more. You have an entire folder of just people that
Blackmail.
You make do things.
You better clean up, Federale, as I walk back inside.
Like, well, good. It's good. Yeah, I appreciate that. And as I sweep it up, and I'm like, I was gonna go chase him, but he came back at least. So, I guess we should just make sure that everything's good, okay here, and Meche and you seems like we're chilling at the cantina.
So it's a old 2-liter plastic soda bottle, no label, just residue.
It's one of those
cola bottles, like the glass.
The cola bottles, the glass cola bottles that are recyclable. Right? Mm-hmm. You hand them back into the Coca-Cola, one of the glass bottle factories. It's just a generic one. It has no label on it.
It's not anything that we don't carry these kind of glass bottles at the cantina.
Not at all. Everything you have there is like you cook it in giant, like those tamales pots, the big ones you get. Like you cook your brew in there, and then you serve it out of a bunch of just mugs that you've collected over the years that have been there. Like you're pretty sure you have a mug from like 500 years ago somewhere. Like you do not have glass bottles other than like sometimes you go and get some Jack, like
the occasionally That's one of the reasons why Meche likes to take out the trash, because she likes to kind of dig through and take the bottles.
Yeah,
Makes a little extra cash on the side.
a little bit extra, right?
So I'll walk back into where Mitch and Pusito are, and I kind of swing it around. Does this help us with anything? Otherwise, it's kind of boring here.
I could use the bottle.
Para?
You get like a 25 pesos.
There's like residual black gunk on this?
Yeah, put it with the rest of it, and I take out the
No,
jar
no,
from my
no, no,
bag.
no. I think you're onto something. I don't think you want to share. I'll hang on to this for now. Let's go find the others.
Oh, so we are going. Okay, so I'm just gonna use a signature
Huh?
move real quick
Okay.
from the Eagle's Nest, and I'm going to pull out a Gabby tracker that I have.
A cabbage tracker.
What is a Gabby tracker and what does that mean?
I
So-
need to know what it looks
I
like.
need to know as the
how
player.
you
I'm
planted the
concerned.
tracker, where you planted the
So
tracker.
it's
I-
not
well-
it's not specifically for Gabby. It's also for Jimena. It's also not for any specific person. It's just like this GPS that like tells us where everybody is, like when everybody's out for missions, for hunting and stuff. So I just take a look at it and see how far they are from the bar. I'm like, I think that direction, and then kind of like,
Do
I
you
think they
have
went
one
this
of
way.
those on me?
Oh, it's not attached to anybody. There's no microchip or any such related.
So you don't track me?
No. Wait. Did you want to get tracked? Well, I mean, you're on here,
So
but
pure.
like, it's not updating all the time. And I try and backtrack, and I'm like, I stutter through it.
As I stomp out without responding to him, I just yell back to Alcaides like, don't touch anything.
Look around, I'm like, well, I just want to make sure everybody's all right, and
I raised my hand and was like, I could just stay and watch over them.
I'm gonna try and go on ahead, and I would like to transform into my Nohal form as well.
Okay.
So first stage Novato. I thought that Angela's description of it was really apt. It's like the first phase of an Animorph cover, and where I'm just starting, and it like it's tinged like me. I have bare enough feathers. My wings are just enough that it's starting to look like an eagle, but it's still not fully developed. So I can't really fly like this, but I can glide. So I'm just gonna get up to the top of our little cantina, and I'm gonna try and glide off to go as far as I can, which is not very far because it's not super tall, but it's enough that I can at least cover some of the distance in the general direction that they are, and then try and run the rest of the way. So
Yeah,
that's
it's
what
a
I'm
one. The cantina is a one-story building, right? It's got that like Aladdin thing with the bars, like, and you can totally get to the top easily, and you check on the GPS, and you see diagonally heading that way. One thing that you're noticing though, that the other two kind of they took off. They're focused on the person they're chasing, and not really focusing on anyone else. Is that the direction that they're going is towards the giant cathedral in the middle of the city. It is like dead on, which is a location that you don't go to. The reason being is that you hunt normal angels, the ones that are kind of like they don't really pay attention. The cathedral gathers the upper angels, the ones that are a little smarter, and the higher angels, the ones that are like, oh, I don't know, the archangel Michael, who it's a little out of your league, just a bit.
If I clock Pupusito's shadow gliding in that direction, I'm like, oh no, he's being stupid.
Go,
Okay.
go.
And if I don't get to them, Gabby's never gonna get my order. It's gonna take too long. It's gonna go past my hunger.
Like, it's starting to get, it's like that restaurant, right? Like, if you don't put your order in by 7:30, like, it's gonna take forever.
So I will go into my Nahual form just to speed it up.
Okay. What does yours look like?
Alma is a very tall person, like very like lithe kind of swimmer's body, and as as the serpiente play type, she gets just a little taller and slimmer. Her face gets a little flat, and her skin color doesn't change or anything, but there's this bit of like little iridescent scales going down her face and neck, and her eyes are also like, when she blinks, they kind of go over like left to right, right to left, instead of up and down. And she starts
Okay.
sprinting in that direction.
Okay. So you take off as well, which leaves behind Meche with, like, Roman is just like, he's just got this disgusted look on his face. He's got chingere and beer and trash and like blood all over him. He's just pissed off because this is not the first time Alma has done this and just running Kanto on him. And Kaido is inside waiting to be served. Chingere, he's waiting for Don Vicente. What are you doing?
I'm like looking between the door and like the kitchen to El Kaido, and I'm just like, oh crap. And I go to my normal form and run out the door because I don't want to deal with Roman. Like, because it's like, as much as I don't want to deal with what's out there, I don't want to deal with him either. And also, Alma has my bottle. I want my bottle back.
I want my bottle back.
So,
all right, what does yours look like?
The Dulaquache, which is the opossum. So you see that the biggest feature that you can tell is that my fingers get a little bit larger and have little nails, so I can actually climb very easily now. My eyes get just a little bit bigger, and you see like the black part of my eye get a little bit wider, and my ears are just a little bit bigger, my nose a little bit longer as I run out.
Okay. And yeah, you're able, it's almost like, I wish there were, there's Venado, but like, I wish there was like a mountain goat move where it's like 92 degrees. That's the same thing. You're able to just like, on any little perch and ledge, you're able to like get up. So you run across the roof then?
Yes, I'm going on the roof and running along the rooftop.
What about you, Alma? Are you just taking the streets?
I'm taking the streets, keeping out of open spaces, like keeping my body close to
you're just like
buildings.
Yeah, and this part of the city so extremely well. You're able to keep out of people's way, and people don't even see you. You're so fast, you're just like gone. We're gonna head back to Gabby for now, since Jimena is not here right now. Gabby, you've caught up close enough to this to this angel that you're hunting to now you can see them look back at you. This person is on the younger side, probably about your same age, which is interesting because every angel that you've ever hunted basically looks the same. They're all just a generic mid-30s, like, hey, let's go shopping for avocado toast looking generic person. Like, they don't look young. They don't look like, like someone who's growing up. This is a person that looks like they're growing up, but an angel. That is unique when you look at them. Now, it might just be your trick of the light, but what do you do?
I think there is there's like a moment in seeing, like, do I see like the halo and light kind of effect just a little bit?
There's no like literal halo, but there is a like
a glow
halo glow effect around their head, like that kind of like
everyone has good backlighting with their
exactly. Everyone has really good backlighting.
We call them Carlos Luna for every goddamn angel to be involved in our backlighting for some reason. But I think there's kind of that like bull seeing red kind of effect. Initially, there's like a moment of that with seeing the light, and I think there's a moment where like her hands like get almost like the faintest bit of growth to looking like they're going to turn into like paws and claws. But when she sees that the person is much younger, it's like the this like deepest sigh she's ever done. She's like, I'm going to regret this. What are you doing here?
Now you both are still running across the like
Yeah, I think she's trying to like corner them in one spot. Is just
okay.
chasing after and
so
just like trying to get it to talk.
Yeah, you're totally able to get in front of them as they like skid forward, and they're wearing pretty modern clothes. The one thing that you did notice on them is a shirt of your favorite band. What's your favorite band?
Oh God, I'm trying to think of what will work for this. Only because it's the first one and it's the most aggressive thing I can think off the top of my head. It's Sepultura. It's just like really aggressive, like Brazilian, like metal.
Nice.
It's just like I think maybe that's also the other element. It's like the young and then seeing the thing. She like has like a fangirl moment of like, oh no, it's my favorite album. It's my favorite band. No.
Like, which is another thing that's extremely unique. The normal angels you hunt have no personality. Like El Caído just has no personality. It has just very basic wants and needs. They have needs, not wants. Like this person obviously has a personality. That why would they wear a shirt with a band on it? They turn around. On the other end of this square rooftop, here comes Jimena coming over. What do you do, Jimena? On the other side, you see Gabby like crouched down behind this angel.
Am I catching up, or is it like, are they stopped? Like,
You just caught up, like
yeah.
like all you see is like standing on a corner, like like a gargoyle, Gabby, and this angel just like skidding to a stop, turning around and like facing you, like they're about to run towards to get away.
I guess I'm gonna tackle since we're right there. Just like a takedown.
Okay, I want you to assail someone.
Sail.
It was with Garra.
Cuero? Wait, no, is that the right word?
No, Garra.
Gara.
Güero is a whole different thing.
I know. I was like, wait, hold on. That doesn't sound right.
We don't have those here anymore.
7.
Okay. So as you leap on this person, you do what ends up happening is you leap right on top of them, but they kind of like reach out on the ends of their hands are just like, it's almost like their nails come out as like claws and just claw your face. So you take one light harm, but you knock them out, and almost like as if a reaction. Usually when this happens, you knock angels down, and like wings pop out, like feathers go all over the place. This one, you knock them out, and you like like their breath goes out from their back. One wing pops out, and that's it on their left side. What do you do?
I think I'm just like on the chest, like, claw like marks on my face. So they're starting to bleed a little bit, and just like it's like there tilts my head to the side. And it just like looks at a Gabby and looks back down at that and be like, can we talk in our no, if we're wearing our mask, can we talk in our forms?
Yeah.
I'm like, the fuck? Did you see this?
Yeah, I did. It's just like very, very taciturn in how she's speaking. Just like goes over and like very gently like moves you off of them. It's just like is there just a wall or spot I can just set them to be against? Like, are they
Yeah.
entirely
It's like
knocked out?
it's like the top of a building, like in the Matrix, right, where they're always fighting on top of a building. There's like a ledge,
Gotcha.
right? So you can right now, Jimena has got like her their paws like on their chest, so you're just kind of crushing their rib cage a little bit.
Yeah, Jimena will, like, if you're asking her to step off, she'll
Yeah.
step off.
Like just leaning in very close, like probably more terrifying than she means to because Jaguar half a foot away from your face.
Yeah,
but
just stop.
but it's like, what are you?
As this whoever this is looks at you in the eye, I want you to roll me an instincto real quick.
5.
Okay. I'm going to ask you to roll. This is going to be normally this is. I want you to roll me a get hit hard, so it's just a straight hard roll. So just a straight 2d6.
Okay. Four.
Wow. Okay.
It's been real bad.
Yeah.
Either roll like a god or I roll
You-
terribly.
Yeah, you're looking straight. You've got your jaguar form looking straight into this person's eyes. And you see like deep. You just like it's that deep connection, right? It's almost like that true seeing. And you just and you lose I'm going to give you the choice on this one. Because then I'm gonna take over the narrative after it. You either lose control of your Nahua, you mark a condition, or you're gonna lose it. You're gonna give me an advantage or opportunity to do something.
I'm going to say condition.
Okay, so mark a condition of your choice. Just look at the conditions real quick and just kind of I'm going to describe what's going on here real quick, and you can decide which condition to mark after that. You just see you very much see what's like into this person's what you would consider a soul. Angels don't have souls. That's not how angels work. You then see almost like feelings and emotions. Everything's just washing over you to the point where you almost lose control of the connection between you and your Nahual, but you were able to like just kind of take a grip of it and stay in your form, and you just snap right back out. What do you do?
I think as part of that, so that Jimena knows what's happening, I think part of the losing the Nawal is that it becomes much more advanced, but without any sense of like the person who used to be there. I think there's an element like you hear probably bones snapping. Think American Werewolf in London levels of like pain.
Okay.
Of like she looks like she's about to become much more feral, but then she snaps out of it, and I think she just has a look of like it's the 1,000-yard stare look. So I think haunted works the best for this because I think this is something she's not used to seeing.
Okay. Jimena, you've seen this before. You've seen this is like almost like you're someone who's tried to unleash their Nahual, but like go up to a different form, but it kind of fails at it. So I think you are kind of you don't have to mark the condition, but you're afraid about what's going on with Gabby. What do you do? Because all they did was ask a question and looked looked at this angel.
I think yeah. She's like, Gabby. Yep. Wait, hold on. What? And you just start to like sputter and like try to like get closer to see what's happening and how she can jump in if anything.
Pupusito, you are gliding each time. You're just jumping and gliding. You see the two of them. Jimena is standing over this angel. You see Gabby just like arms just like almost just all over the place. Meche, you're the same. You're running along edges everywhere and seeing Pupusito the same. Alma, you're near that building and can hear Jimena say, Gabby, what's wrong? What do you do?
So
Do
this is
I clock that this is the figure that is pounced on the ground is do I clock the figure that's on the ground? The one that was tackled.
Did you use a type of bloodhound move? But
Nope. I have not used anything yet.
no, okay. So no, you all you know is that you can hear Jimena, and you kind of between you and your sister, you always know where Gabby is. So
I'm going to speed up here.
Okay, you're literally down in the building on the ground floor of the building. You know that they're up there. Essentially, you've all converged into the same area.
Okay, so I see Gabby not doing good.
Yeah.
And I see this one winged figure on the ground.
Correct.
I'm gonna rip it apart.
Okay.
Let's see. Because maybe it was responsible for what it did to my sister, and no, that can't, no. And I'm going to use my veneno, my poison, and I'm just going to like get really close up in there, grapple the figure by the throat, and open my jaw an uncanny amount, and two protracted fangs come out, and I'm gonna sink them.
Okay. How many strikes are you going to pay?
What is my current stress? I will pay 2 stress here.
Okay. So go ahead and roll with 2 plus 2.
So I roll 2d6 plus 2. 7, 8, 9.
All right. So you get to do one of those things. Hold 1. So you get to do one of those things on that list. Inflict a deadly harm without regard to their threat level, which is totally fine. So 1 harm. Temporarily stiffen their muscles so they have trouble moving, or temporarily boost their their prowess, but inflict light harm on them, or heal a wound by decreasing it 2 steps down.
I'm being a bit rash and emotional and ruthless here, so I'm going to go for deadly harm.
Okay. Yeah, you get in between Gabby and Jimena. Jimena, you suddenly see just Alma just go right down on this neck, and there is just this blood curdling otherworldly scream that just came out whatever this angel's mouth is, and it's just like it just like you've watched those TV shows where it's just like this loud ringing from everywhere. It hits all of you. I want you all to roll me just a straight 2d6.
Me too? Being on the ground knocked out?
No, not you, actually. You're fine.
Yay, I'm free.
Since you're still like writhing, trying to control.
9.
9?
9.
9?
6.
6? Pupusito?
8.
8. Okay. Everyone who hit or was hit, you're totally fine. You're just like, Alma, you sank your fangs in, but you're like got knocked back. It hurts you completely. Jimena, you were right there. It did it and screamed right in your face. You take 1 heavy harm from this.
And one more thing, while maybe right before or as this scream, this sound is pushing Alma away, I'd like to expend 1 more stress to, as I'm making physical contact with this being, touch someone to know their true emotions.
Okay.
So I mark that.
Yep. Mark distress.
Marked.
How are you gonna touch them? What are you gonna do?
Well, I have my fangs in them.
Okay. Yeah. So you're like, as you sense even more. One of the things that you, like I said, was earlier. Regular angels don't have souls. They don't have. They're pretty mindless. Even, that's why they're more like herd animals. You get this sense off of this angel, that it's sad, and it's angry, and it's and just like this sense of despair.
And that's Alma wasn't around when you described that the angel had like a part of a personality.
The only person who got that was Gabby. Gabby, you are now like, you're still in your Nahual form, and you see Alma with her fangs just right on this thing's neck that has that has a soul. What do you do? Yeah.
Stop. Like you just see her like immediately like go and like bear hug Alma, which is kind of hard because she's significantly smaller than Alma is, even in the wall form. It's like stop.
Like
stop.
you grab onto Alma like a backpack.
Yeah. Yes. Correction. Jetpack.
Jetpack.
Because of size, it's technically more accurate to say jetpack.
Alma, what do you do?
Like,
Gabby just like hug tackled you and is asking you to stop.
Stop. Please stop.
I stop my aggression towards the angel, but I just spin around to Gabby and whip out this empty residue-stained bottle, and just start. My eyes dart between Gabby, bottle, angel, bottle, Gabby.
Meche, you see the bottle. What do you do?
I start to scurry over a little bit closer and just kind of start looking at the bottle. Like, I don't really comprehend what's going on. I'm just concerned about the bottle.
Okay. As you just like...
Yeah, I just kind of scooch over, just look.
Pupusito, you're watching this entire exchange happen. You see Gabby just like holding on to Alma, trying to keep her contained, because like the angry one of the sisters is Gabby, and if Gabby's trying to keep Alma calm, that's a problem. Jimena is just like holding on to her head. She's not having a good head day, because she just like got a full blast of whatever is happening. One of the things you notice is those two fang marks is it's bleeding. It's bleeding. What does normal angel blood look like?
Runs a sort of like silvery mercury-like substance, from what I would think about.
Okay.
Oh, I like that.
So this blood comes out red with a slight, like almost like it's sprinklings of silver in it, like glitter. It's glitter blood with red in it, which is not in any way what you've ever seen. What do you do?
Okay, so since we're piling, I do see what's happening from above, and I don't want to hurt the angel as I see Gabby, even in an aggressive form like this, or trying not to, just bear hugging Alma to stop attacking. So clearly wants to protect the figure. So I'm actually going to use bird's eye view,
Okay.
and let's see what I roll. Okay, good. Okay, 12. So I hold 3. And so what I'm going to do is to disarm and disable an NPC of a lower threat level
Okay.
below me. So I'm going to fly down. I'm gonna grab with both of my little like my feet, which have turned into sort of talons and have these like long claws. Grab onto both wrists and sort of make sure that they're not holding any sort of weaponry, and then just kind of stay there. So I'm just gonna plop in an eagle squat on top of the other winged figure, making sure that they can't get away, to give Jimena some time to tend to Gabby and Alma and see what's going on. And I'm just gonna start squawking in Gabby's direction.
Okay.
Uh, it may sound kind of strange, but Gabby and I do see each other as equals, and so I want to call out to her to let her know that, hey, like a friendly face is here, and we're all like her friends are here. So, but it's more like a coo. It's like a coo, caw, caw.
But it's just a coup. You actually can't speak, but you play the part.
I'm just saying it. I'm just like a coo,
A coup?
caw.
A coup?
Kill angels. Why
are you
are
gonna-
we
I feel
stopping?
awkward because opossums don't really make sounds. You're just gonna go.
I mean, they can hiss. They do like a little like
Yeah, they do like a little.
yeah.
Are you gonna hold on to the other two then?
Well, so it's disable and disarm are separate. So I want to disarm the angel just so that if I have to get up, that the angel won't run away too far or won't harm ourselves or themselves. So
Yeah.
I actually used two. I'm holding one.
Okay.
So I will hold it for later. Yeah.
Fantastic. You just float down to it, and you just like you do grab onto both of his wrists. It's actually not struggling now. It just kind of leans back, kind of worn out.
Put pressure on the
Probably
wound for
from
sure.
yeah, pressure hold,
Yep.
worn out from running away, from being bitten, from being tackled, from everything. To be perfectly honest, Jimena, what is it that you do? Do you just you roll off now that someone else is kind of holding?
Oh yeah.
things
Well,
down?
I've been off since Gabby told me to go, and then Alma decided to have a little snack. And then the scream happens. I was busy just like covering my ears and trying to keep the noise out, but since I was right there, it was so loud. I think I'm just finally just like coming to my senses and just like shaking it off and like trying to like regain some hearing. It's like whenever like a flashbang goes off next to you and you're like
Mhm.
trying to like slowly recover. Yeah, it's that sort of feeling where she's sort of just like trying to like recover her senses and like, okay, all right, what are we doing? Time out.
What's
We
going
kill
on?
What's going on?
angels.
We do kill angels, but we need to see what's going
Kill
on. What's going on here?
Angels.
Like Gabby is doing the like
Just
both
that, like-
arms underneath. Yeah, no, is doing the arm underneath each one and like holding back, which I imagine, given that Alma's in the serpiente form, it's like the most wriggly sibling like wrestling match that's ever occurred.
It's
And-
like trying to hold on and hug one of those things from outside a car dealership.
Since when do you play with food?
I'm not trying to eat it right now. I'm trying to see what's going on, and like maybe they can lead us to some clues. We have this whole mystery with the drugs thing. Maybe they can help us out with that. Also, why are they watching us? Answers are great. Once we get the answers, then maybe you'll kill it. I don't know.
Maybe appeal to its fear. It's different. This one is scared.
It is probably not going to talk. And the entire time, like there is like palpable levels of like rage like coming through her, but she is like probably Pupusita can tell the most of anyone else. Like she is holding back a lot. Like this is her at her most restrained, and it's a lot, especially with her sibling. Like
Look what it did to Gabby. We don't leave it alive.
Gabby's stressed. We should wait. She's trying so hard.
normally. and like you can see there's probably, with the extent of the claws, there's probably bits of blood like around her palm, like slightly pooling. She's like, normally I would agree with you and would be first to do this. Look, like she's like gesturing a claw from her own shirt to the shirt on the angel. It's like, they don't do that. Jimena's right. And just she's like, it's I think it the best way I can describe her movement going towards the angel, I think she looks like someone who's probably having like a flare peanut. Like if there's someone who deals with chronic illness, it looks like that. Like she is struggling very hard, just goes forward and like looks directly at the angel. I'm asking you again, this time more nicely. Who or what are you?
As it like again, it's like splayed out. It's just kind of it looks up at you. You are holding holding your sister. Looks up at you and just I I just wanted help. I need I need help saving my mom. And that is where we're going to end this session.
What?
Da-da-dun.
Perfect.
Okay.
As
Okay.
we we're going to thank you very much for watching episode 1. Let's go with our outros. We'll start with Gabby.
Hello there, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for what has been already a very exciting and I have feelings. My body as processing feelings, which is a time. But I'm Angel Lemus Moravejo, sheer pronouns, and I was lucky to get to play Gabby or Gabriela, the jaguar of the group. If in terms of finding me where I'm at, I'm going to be involved in a fun little thing over on Girls Who Rule the World soon. Some fun, we'll just say some enjoyable queer space mech fun. And I'm going to be here obviously on Saturdays. And if you want to see, well, the many things that I'm involved with in terms of writing and such, you can go over to Voice of the Phoenix on itch.io to find not only my chapbook, my first ever game, Flame in the Abyss, that is a 3-person GM-less game about exploring grief, memories, and moving on. Or if you're someone who enjoys the Slayers RPG, you can find 20 playbooks that I have made for that RPG that are all in some way inspired by either video games or Final Fantasy related stuff. It's a lot of Final Fantasy stuff mostly, and some Destiny thrown in for fun. And also, I'm one of 10 writers who was involved with the Slayers Almanac, which just got released this week, and it is gorgeous. The artwork is superb, and I got to literally put my grandma and my mom as an NPC running a swap meet, and I got to put 2 of my previous players as NPCs to help Slayers. So I'm living a good life over here, everybody. So yeah, I'm a freelance musician, a poet, a writer on Philosophy. I'm at Patreon, and I'm involved in a lot of different things. So keep in touch on my Twitter, and I'm super excited. And I'm going to pass it over to our fantastic TTRPG cheerleader, Mo.
Hey, hello. Hi, I'm Morgan Nuncio, or Mo for short. They pronouns. I just played Jimena, the perro, the dog. I found me all over the internet at Sarina Bezos. I do a lot of streaming stuff, not like recently, because I need to take some time for myself, and everybody should too. That's a PSA for today. Take time for yourself. But I am a TTRPG content creator, meaning that I do podcasts and actual streams. I am a writer as well. You can see my stuff in Kids on Bikes, and currently helping write right now Kids in Capes. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I do a lot of stuff. Follow me on Twitter. Okay, thanks. You've been good. And I'm gonna pass it now to Ada.
Thank you so much for that. My name is Ida, she, her pronouns. And you can catch me weekly with Horde of Tales. I play a very chaotic bit of a bitch sorcerer there as well. That's weekly every night, weekly every Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. It's in Europe, 8 o'clock Central European time. I am located in Europe, and one of the projects I am currently working on now is very relevant. This weekend, Roll for Good is a European-based TTRPG community that has been organizing 6 one-shots, and we're raising money for World Central Kitchen, which is an amazing organization founded by Chef Jose Andres that is dedicated to providing fresh food to people that need it the most, people who are affected in conflict zones or environmental disaster areas. Particularly, their work is really important right now in Ukraine and everywhere receiving Ukrainian refugees. They're going to be streaming right now. I think they're finishing up Call of Cthulhu. And tomorrow there's going to be Mecha Hack. There's going to be Corgi Ferry racing game. I'm going to be emceeing for 2 of these games later in the afternoon, or later afternoon, American time. So definitely check them out on twitch.tv/roll4good. And I had so much fun. This was my first PBTA game, and it's definitely not going to be the last because of all of this. So I'm going to toss it to Anthony.
Hey everybody, Anthony, he, him pronouns. It was a pleasure to play Pupusito, also he, him pronouns, for today's game of Nahual. I had a lot of fun playing my Aguila. It's already a wild game, and I can't wait to see, I was warned prior that Morshadi loves to break hearts, and I clearly learned that firsthand with our very first cliffhanger. So, hey everybody, I have a stream coming up on TTRPG as well. I have Starship Troopers coming up in late June. I'm also playing another PBTA game, Monster of the Week, over on Infinite RP. So that's a great time as well over with those folks. And of course, here on Saturdays for No Wall. So it was a great time playing, and yeah, catch us for some more. And I'm going to pass this to Amanda.
Hi, I'm Amanda. I use she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Pandacabra. I talk about everything from TTRPGs, current events, as well as my favorite creature, the possum, which brings me to Meche, who is the Tulaquache, the possum playbook. I love Powered by the Apocalypse systems. This is my first day also being a tech. So minus some weird little technical difficulties this morning, I am very, very, very excited to start this journey on being kind of more on the back-end producing side of things. So I am super excited for me to be on here Saturdays. And for that, I will pass it on to our game master.
Thank you everyone for being here, being amazing players. Thank you, Amanda, for running tech for us. Tech things happen. And yes, I know I break hearts. Don't worry, I'll be worse next time. I am Morshadi. I am on Twitter at more_shoddy. Morshadi everywhere else. I run PBTA games. I also MC PBTA games for Cookies, apparently, according to my Twitter profile. And I ran into that this morning. I do it here on TTRPG as well as a few other channels. I have a few things scheduled for the rest of the year, and always willing to do more. So, and this has been amazing. I love it. Enola Team Cast is just honestly just so fantastic. It's yeah, this is great. I can't wait for next week to see what ends up happening, to be perfectly honest. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting. I've just been reading it. These are some great comments. So we'll see you next week.